Now, could this be the year of the initial public offering? Speculation, of course, abounds over Facebook, LinkedIn, Skype, and many others. My next guest knows the ins and outs of the initial public offering market. Kathleen Smith is the founding principal of Renaissance Capital. Her firm has developed the FTSE Renaissance IPO Index Series in order to track the initial public offering market. Kathleen Smith, good to have you with us on Taking Stock here on Bloomberg.
Thank you.
For people that don't know about Renaissance Capital, just provide them with a little bit of history, because you've been doing this for 20 years. Must have started when you were, just a child, because, I mean, the initial public offering market, while we know about it in reference to the technology bubble of 1999 and 2000, you really pioneered the research into this world.
We have been a part of the evolution of the IPO market from a very closed place to the online world that's made information accessible through EDGAR and the SEC and other ways to track the IPO market. So that has helped our firm. We're analysts at heart. We study every IPO, and we provide our research to some of the smartest institutional investors who buy IPOs.
All right. Now, so a lot of the sort of tales of IPOs has to do with not only being initial public offerings, but they say it's probably overpriced if it's being sort of sold to the public. That might be true on some cases, but in others, for example, Google, if you got in on that, you're looking pretty happy right now, right?
Well, the IPO market goes through this fear and greed cycle. And when you're in the greed cycle, watch out. When you're in the fear cycle, it's a good time to look.
Where are we right now?
We're still in the fear cycle. If you look at the crash of the financial market crash in 2008, the IPO market shut down from August 2008 till March 2009. Globally, not a single IPO was done. So our measurement of IPO performance showed a negative 50% return for IPOs in 2008. In 2009, that same measurement showed a positive 50% return. And in 2010, the IPO market, as measured by our index, was up 20%. And so far this year, the IPO market is up something like 4 or 5%. That's a basket of IPOs, and those are IPOs trading not just at the time they're first launched, but in aftermarket trading. So that's a very good record, and we're still seeing a rather fearful investor out there. For example, in July, it wasn't even that long ago, in July of 2010, at that point in 2010, over 70% of the IPOs that were done were priced below the range. Now, when you price an IPO...
Just to get them out the door.
Yes. So when you price it below the range, that's a big disappointment to the issuer and to the underwriter, which means that basically the IPO buyers have been in the driver's seat. So we're now seeing a healthier market. It's a little less of that kind of discounting, but we're still in a little bit of the fear cycle still. And now we have coming up the digital media and the social revolution and all the worries about a bubble coming up.
Well, that's what I want to get your thoughts on now. So what do you think? I mean, whether it is Facebook or it is LinkedIn, or if you're talking about companies like Twitter or Groupon, or Skype even, is that going to, you think, are you getting the feeling from your customer base, from your clients' requests, they want to know more about this, they've got to feel somehow connected?
Our client base has been interested in IPOs from the get-go when the market started to open up, because the smart investors know in a very selective market only the better, more established companies come public at better prices. This excitement about social media is around not only in the overall general public, but also with our clients. And they're definitely interesting IPOs to look at, because unlike the internet bubble, these social media IPOs have revenue and earnings. And so the issue here is how to figure out the right valuation for the companies, but they're legitimate companies in really interesting industries. And we're at a phase of the IPO market where, unlike the opening up of the market, where at first we'd see the really established companies, now the market's looking for growth. And the most exciting growth areas are really the social media and the mobile and the internet infrastructure that supports social media.
Well, we look forward to having you in the future to guide us through that initial public offering process for all of those companies. Thank you very much, Kathleen Smith from Renaissance Capital.